so good to see you.
It is so good to see your sweet face. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was awesome. Where's the meat is the question of the day.
He actually moved it. He moved it all the way over. You know, when you're trying to set design, my goodness, you can't have meat on the counter, apparently. It just doesn't work with the aesthetic. You know what I mean?
You know what? And that's a perfect way to just jump right in, I think, to this whole crazy world that we're living in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how are you coping with turning your home into a studio?
You know what? It's up and down. It's funny because I thought this would be probably the worst. I change the studio constantly. Like sometimes it's the living room, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's upstairs. And I thought this would be the worst position, but I said to the kids, because they were all settled into their schoolwork, I'm like, where do you like mommy to set up? And they're like, here. So they're in front of me right now. I feel like I'm being very obtrusive, but this is what they like. So they're doing their work. They've got their headphones on. I'm right in front of them. The kitchen's right behind me. Obviously, you're probably going to see some action because people want snacks all day long in this house. So just ignore what's going on. How's it going with you and S.A.V.E.R.S and your sweet hubs?
You know what? It changes on the daily.
Yes.
It really does. I think the first week, it was all right. You know, I was trying to maintain the workout routine and work out every day. I'm like, okay, I have goals, right? And, you know, that kind of thing happened the first week. And obviously we had conference calls with work and all of that. So we were finding out what's going on over there.
Yeah.
And then the second week changes happened. And so for me, much like yourself, I had to now change my home into a studio.
Yeah.
I had to figure out lighting, videography, photography, things that I'm not used to at all. And quite frankly, things that I was fearful of.
Yes.
So it brought almost like an anxiety level in me that I didn't know was there. And then the third week, so third and fourth week, like honestly, it was a little rough because Mother Nature decided to go a little crazy too. Yeah. And all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to get cold now.
I know.
So now you're taking the house even more. And I know with you, you know, and aging parents with arthritis, my mom as well, it gets tough even when you have people that are living by themselves, because in a time of self-isolation, it's isolating. So from that perspective as well, worrying about parents and kids and homeschooling and all of that, it's been a challenge. Let's just say that.
I feel like there are a million ways to feel like a failure right now. And that's the problem. Like, I know I'm not being the teacher that they need me to be. And then, you know, I'm not necessarily being the homemaker I need to be. And, you know, so there's a million ways to feel like a failure. So I think on the weekend, I just needed to let loose a little bit and forgive myself and let myself off the hook and just be like, it's okay. We're just all going to get by the best we can. Sunday, I did so much nothing. We watched TV like all day. I don't think I showered yesterday. It was good. It was a good day.
I see you're a lot like me too, where you're A-type personality. So it's like, goal, get it. Goal, get it. Goal, get it. And so in this time, what goals are you getting right now? I'm not motivated to work out. I don't like working out at home.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, there's that. And like you said, the homeschooling thing and trying to entertain a 4-year-old all day long. So
yes.
I have learned a lot around this time, what I need to do for myself. Because I honestly wasn't doing a lot for myself before. And
maybe that's the lesson you get out of it, right?
That's exactly it.
Do more for you.
I think a lot of this time is forcing people to look inward.
Mm-hmm.
And see exactly the topic we're going to be talking about today. See what maybe was a part of their routine in the past that they liked.
Yeah.
And maybe what they didn't like so much or that needed a little revision.
Yeah.
How to make it work for you in this time and how to bring those great habits into the future when we come out of this.
That's a good way to sell it, because I think anything you're doing now, maybe try and think about it as more of a long-term thing than as okay, I just need something quick, you know, right now because we're in this quarantine mentality. Maybe you're going to make changes now that are going to last all throughout. So let's start by talking about some of the apps. I mentioned a few of the ones that I love, but we'll start from morning and then we'll go into day and then we'll go into night. So what would you recommend for maybe some of the apps that will like wake us up and get us ready for the day?
First off, yay for technology during this time.
Yay.
Technology is having a big positive moment. just giving us an opportunity to really connect with the people that we care about and support us, right?
Yeah.
And so with all of that said, I'm going to start off by saying, let's start our morning by not maybe including technology that we have traditionally been doing.
Yeah.
Like
Instagram.
Picking up our Exactly. I'm so guilty of it. I'm not an angel in this category. Me too. And you know who usually shows up on my Instagram feed first thing in the morning?
Is it me?
You.
Okay, well, I hope the messages are positive and not annoying, because that's not nice. This is a good time actually to go through, and if anyone's making you feel terrible on social media, now's a good time to mute. Do it for your mental health. And that could include me. It's okay.
Oh, I love it.
Mute.
I love it.
Like, get in there and do what you need to do to protect your mental health.
Exactly. So I'm gonna take everybody through a concept called S.A.V.E.R.S.
Okay.
So the S meaning a bit of silence. Mm-hmm. And so with silence comes, let's not engage the influx of social media updates, news updates, Facebook updates. Science has shown and proven that with the influx of all that information, first thing in the morning, like as your eyes are just kind of like opening up, it's actually setting you up for a lot of distraction throughout the day. Mm-hmm. It becomes addictive behavior. So if you ever notice, like you're picking up your phone to maybe,
check the weather,
do something productive, right?
Yeah.
And then you end up falling into this Instagram trap, and all of a sudden 20 minutes goes by and all of that. That is because you've already set yourself up with addictive behavior first thing in the day.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, let's start with a minute of silence. With that said, if you do have your device with you and you're using it for an alarm, setting up an alarm app, there's an alarm app called Alarmy. There's also some really great ones out there, and I'll provide a Cityline with a list of the ones that I recommend. Mm-hmm. There's apps that you can customize with, meditative music, your favorite song maybe. Yeah. So for me, maybe, jumping up to a little Marshawn Montano first thing in the morning.
So you get up with like, boom, like a defibrillator.
Not really. It takes me a couple of these. Really just customizing the way you want to wake up is key. I'm going to say, let's get right into a meditative routine. So I have fallen in love with two key apps. One of them you just named, which is Headspace.
Love it.
The other one being Calm. So I have my iPad with me. I'm going to try my best to take everybody through sort of what these apps look like. Yeah. But if you're a beginner to meditation, and I know so many people are, what I want to do is debunk the myth that meditation needs to be something where you need to have a zenned out area in your home. You need to twist yourself up into a pretzel. You know what I mean? You don't need to do that.
Nope.
It could start with 2 minutes of a guided meditation that you're doing with these apps. So I'm going to come in a little closer.
We have Carlin, one of our experts here, saying she uses Calm. Are you showing us Calm?
Yeah. So let's go right into.
Because I haven't seen this one.
Okay. So here's Calm.
Heard about it,
I know the reflection is a little bit off.
It's okay. Oh, and somebody said I wake up to Bob Marley's Three Little Birds. Is that?
Okay. See?
I love that. That's so good.
Every little thing,
Penny,
it's gonna be all right.
See, how can you be in a bad mood when you hear that?
Okay, so can you guys see this okay?
It looks like Lake Louise, is it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, so see already, just the imagery, there's background music to all of this. Mm-hmm. And if you click on this, where did my menu go? Let's go right back in there. If you click on this, it'll take you through your profile. Yeah. So what's good for you? As soon as you log in to set up your app, it'll go through, what are your goals? What do you want out of this? Do you want to improve your focus? Do you want to reduce anxiety? Yeah. Do you maybe work toward a certain goal? Are you in a grief period in your life? It'll take you through a whole series of questions. Yeah. And then when your profile comes up, it'll suggest meditations for you, okay?
Nice.
Now, if you're actually going to go in to meditate, it'll take you through a guided series. So again, are you working on anxiety? Are you a beginner? Are you working on stress? Do you need to work on a little self-care? Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of preloaded meditations that you can do. Yeah. If you're a beginner, it starts with 2 minutes at a time. Then it works up to 5 minutes. And Tracy, I know with yourself, you work out, plus you meditate. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't you agree but it's very much the same concept. It's a muscle. It's training the mind, right?
It really is. And I feel like it's basically feeding in as much good as I can, especially at a time like this where I know that I'm susceptible to like fall into that dark hole just because I start getting overwhelmed and I start thinking about too much and it seems very negative. So if I can front load my day with the good stuff, which is the workout and the meditation, I have more armor to deal with the rest.
Yeah.
So put it in, and then I know I'm going to have to be putting out all day, but I'm already I'm already overloaded, so I can spend some, you know?
And with that said, we're going to come down to your nighttime routine. Incorporate meditation in your nighttime routine as well.
Yeah.
Because all of these apps have a sleep function.
Right.
So if you want to sort of just decompress and empty your mind before you go to sleep, sleep and rest during this time is so crucial.
Huge, and huge for your immune system as well.
Exactly.
Big,
Love that you mentioned that. Love that you mentioned that. So I'm going to recommend Headspace, Calm. There's another one called Happify. There's a ton of them. If you just go into your app store and in your search button, you type in meditation, it doesn't matter if you're an iPhone user or an Android user, there are a ton of them that are there to support you. I'm going to call out one called Breathe right now. So that's B-R-E-E-T-H-E. And this app specifically has, I'd say, about 7 to 8 preloaded meditations specifically around this pandemic.
Oh.
So if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling worried about the future, if you can maybe adopt a gratitude practice as well, just sort of taking a minute to anchor yourself and feel grateful for what is actually going right, then this takes you through that. So if you can see it, right here, you've got your reducing coronavirus anxiety. This one I really like. My family drives me nuts.
Just laying it out there.
We're in the 4th week. No judgment zone here, right? You also have ones for healthcare workers. And
that's so good.
With that moment, if there are any healthcare workers on this call right now, I just want to send my love and appreciation to everyone.
Thank you so much. I think about it all the time, and every time that's part of the debate too, because it's like you want to complain and then you think, oh my gosh, there are people out there that are, you know, working like crazy so we could stay home and stay safe. So it's this crazy mix of like gratitude, empathy, and all of the, you know, and everything in between. So
So again, that's